Thank you so much, everyone. It looks like we resolved everything at last. And for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. Court is adjourned. Smack. Where's my spray can? I need a spray. You were great up there, Phoenix. What I did up there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off, and you got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all that and what's really important. You now realize that there's something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Miss Valcarma arrived at the final piece of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Now, then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? My client, out on guard, is he guilty, or is he not guilty? And those were your choices then. And your answer? Your answer spoke of what being a lawyer means to you. Right. Edward, I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Really? The pearls. You're telling us the truth, right, Mr. Edward?
Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Ah, Miss Maya's safe. You did it. You really did it, Mr. Nick.
How? She punches deceptively hard for a kid.
I believe in you. Believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her.
Wow! Thanks.
Oh,
What's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier. Thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you're still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you! Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was just like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. Edgeworth? For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought with him in the usual manner, and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of it. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for what had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realizing something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. Oh, what foolish nonsense! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendants. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks the person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge and hold everything we have, erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we still always eventually reach that one single truth. This, I promise you.
The truth.
Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense lawyers exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night.
Ah! Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick?
You really let me down. When he disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with is because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. Wow. It's young Edgeworth. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself.
You pathetic fool! Miss Von Karma. I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Now, Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over.
Francisca threw something on the ground just now. This is electromagnetic receiver.
Isn't that the thing she used to track the event attention?
I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else.
Ah! Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip?
I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay.
Nick! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
It's the coolest picture ever.
Nicholas is a weirdo.
I know.
He's like the tallest one there.
Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got on guard and convicted like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me.
Well, of course I did. I knew I would never desert you. You know I'd never desert you. But you sure pressed our luck this trial. We sure pressed our luck. We're really lucky to be standing here. I screw up so much.
Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I wouldn't just come back and haunt you I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick.
Don't mention it. Maya.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
I relieved you're alright.
Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago.
Alright! I think it's time we get out of this depressing place.
Huh? Where are we going?
Food, Nick, food! Grub chow, I'm starved. I'm so hungry you look at a nice juicy burger and a bun, Nick.
You think I'm a burger? I'm a prime rib at least.
Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please.
If you insist.
Alright, so how about we hit up the usual burger joint?
Don't be silly, Nick.
Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening you got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided we have to make up by having another feast.
Another feast?
Come on, Nick. Food!
Oh my god.